Hello everybody, Krydax here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. In this episode, we're gonna be, we'll see where our research gets. I don't know how much we're gonna get done, but we might be finally getting towards some new stuff once these lab research speeds are done. I was reminded that I did silver wrong. So silver, we don't get the high grade yet. That's only the 10. For silver, we only get to refined silver lead dust stage 3, and then silver lead solution stage 1. We do get high grade lead, but not high grade silver. So silver lead concentrate can only be turned into high grade lead at this stage. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. That means that this refined silver lead dust can go to molten silver here at this stage, or let's see, I need my coffee, it's too early. How does this all work? So that we could also do silver lead solution stage 1, but then that needs fuel rods. Which okay. But we can also turn the stage 3 silver lead dust into silver lead solution stage 1. To double that. But then this is where, at this point, we need to do a different recipe with this to make the silver plates with fuel rods. So this would be very fuel rod expensive, but it makes up to 5 silver a second. How many fuel rods reasonably can I make? Like, this doesn't seem reasonable to me. It is 5 silver from 1 fuel rod, but that's still a crap ton of fuel rods. Because, like, 1 fuel rod is not cheap. So, yeah, I don't think that's very good. Which means this is our only route to silver if we don't want to spend fuel rods. And that route will result in lead, not silver, because we can't do this version yet. So then this is how we'll get the lead, which we can do high-grade lead. And we need some amount of lead for various alloys and solder and lead plates anyway. But this is the only way to get the silver plates. Okay. So it's 1.6 from 45, which is double. Okay, that's not quite as good as I hoped. We do still need the Z3 reagent. Which just needs phosphorus acid. Okay. Trying to remember all the steps here. I mean, it's not terrible. If we do tier 2 buildings, mostly just one building, and then apply a speed beacon. Yeah, that's not too bad. The main cost here is the ore, and I was reminded of another thing, which is the big mines. I generally ignore big mines because they're so late game, but we're actually getting there. So if I look for lead ore, there are these guys. Oh no, that's also lead ore. Is it called lead rock? What is it called? Lead? I'm not sure what it's called. Copper, sulfur. I have all the bitumen seeps up here, by the way. If I ever need bitumen, we can tap into 5 up here. Salt, phosphate, nickel, nickel, lead. There's one right there. Why is that not showing up in search? Wait, it literally is. So why is it not showing up? Oh, it was. I just missed. Wow, I missed all of them. Okay, interesting. How did I miss all of them? Anyway, these don't take any whatchamacallits. They just consume drill heads. So I think that's probably worth it. And we'll unlock lead mines here. Oh, we're gonna need some new stuff though. Fluid mining drill Mark III, graphene rolls, and cobalt chromium alloy. So we're still a ways away from that. Graphene is biofilm, graphene sheets, phosphoric acid, graphene sheets, PDMS. PDMS is PDMS plus nickel cores plus sulfuric plus etching. Nickel cores, methane, sand, nickel, hydrogen. Wow, a lot of stuff there. And that's made in a gas processing, nanomaterial, high pressure, and molecular assembler, which is makeable, and we get chloromethane. Goodness. We need dimethyl dichlorosilane. Okay, and we're gonna need copper grade 4 for that. That's annoying. All right, so we're still a ways away from that. I'm not gonna hold my breath there. But we'll get there eventually. Seems like we're still a little short on trains. And we're getting close to, I think, most of them being Mark II. But I don't think they all are. Another thing I need to do is increase some, you know, thresholds, because I guess I can. I haven't built many bulk requesters, but I can increase the bulk requests. I'm out of workers' food? Uh-oh. Oh, geez. What's going on here? Something's very wrong. These aren't getting any lord. Or flora. Oh, wait. What's going on here? How did oh, trash unrequested is not there. That'll do it. That'll do it. They only have 6 lard requested though. How did that much biocrud end up in there? I guess it's been a lot of hours, is all. Oh, I just realized this is gonna break too. The way that I'm doing this needs to change. We'll just say less than 200. Because it needs to have room to insert the spoiled flora. Okay. Okay, so now those are all open. These are limited based on the type of food they're inserting. Workers' food is running again, which should make Nexalit good to go. Oh, by the way, Nexalit needed beacons. We never even beaconed it. We were so excited about it, and then it, I guess, was fine without it. But it's probably time. And I don't remember what beacon I built these around. Been a 4-2 or something? I don't remember. I don't want to do a 4-3, that's a lot of power. I'll do a 4-2 to start. And see if that's enough. I wonder if I can just put this here and go 4-3 or 4-2. It doesn't hit this building. I put it here, and it doesn't. I will have to do AM3. I don't know. I think that's good. Boom! Lab research speed 4. So now my labs are way faster. And I now think... I don't know. I think I want to maybe make the switch to vat brains only now for a while. I don't know. Am I making enough vat brains? Probably not. Probably not. I assume it's still silver being the issue. No, it's actually brains now. Okay. And... let's see. How's all this faring? We've got 9.7 thousand lard. We've got... Why is that? Oh, because that's biocud. We've got 9.2 thousand jerky. Jerky is only being extracted this way. Probably need to upgrade that belt. This is ditching anything that gets to be greater than 6,000. And we're just burninating it. Okay, so we probably need to upgrade this belt to that. And what's this meat belt? Oh, right. So the cyanic probably could stand to be improved. Let's throw in another one here. Let's see, spacing on. Just because I do want more cyanic acid, and I'm just burning extra meat anyway, so it feels like a good usage of it. Okay, so there's that, and then the ash gets loaded onto this belt. Just comes down. And then we do need the jerky at the end to get loaded onto that. Okay, and then I could throw in a beacon, but the question is what kind? Because if I do speed, it makes them consume a lot more fuel. If I do a speed plus efficiency, we get 40% more speed. I mean, and we've already got a speed module, so we're already consuming a higher ratio. So it feels like a speed plus an efficiency would make things even worse. Maybe I should just do an efficiency beacon. But then that's what? Saving me fuel, a little bit of ash. Who cares? Not me. Okay, but that's all besides the point. We need to build a big new lead situation. So this needs 8. No, I think we can do this here. Because once we get past this stage, which is where we're at, so this is everything we need. It's just one of every building. Now we are going to have to import a lot of weird stuff. We need to import cyanic, soda ash, Z3 reagent, borax, oxygen, lime, filtration meat. Like, we need so many random things. I do feel like I could fit most of those buildings in here if I had all those random things, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it that easily. So it almost feels like we should export the silver lead dust. Because that's kind of the natural product here. Of everything. Of all the crushing. So... and then that's what we can export from other places too. Is that how I want to do it? I think so. going on here? Did I forget to... I did. Forgot to wire that up. Alright, that's not even got a... Oh, that's not a request. Are any of these requesters? This one is. This one feels like a good candidate for... Only... I guess we've already got the ore on big trains. Okay. Oh, casting. What do we want to do? I'm just like, I feel like I'm kind of deer in the headlights right now. No glassware? That seems odd. Oh, the hot air issue. All right. I guess we've got an answer on what we need to start researching. Hot air, stage 4. For now, can I improve hot air? Whoa, that's loud. Holy crap. Why is that so loud? I think for now, the easiest thing to do would be... actually know. .15, 60 megawatts. Megawatts for a 1. About a 2.4. 2.4 is pretty good. We get 0.8. So let's do a speed and an efficiency, and that'll speed things up by quite a bit without making power too crazy. And then we'll throw in the efficiency modules to these guys to keep the power lower, because that'll be minus 30%. This will be plus 100, minus 30, that's 70 net, but it's only 0.8 of 70. So overall, actually sure where that lands us, but and then now we need to get these buildings with like a 4, 3. Oh, that's too much. Let's go here. 3, 2 maybe, or maybe just a 3-1 is fine. Double speed. It does make this consume more fuel, but that should be okay. I can even throw that in there. How's power doing, by the way? I think I haven't looked at power now. Well, there's beacons just eating 672 megawatts always, and 75 electrolyzers. Someday I will feed all of them some efficiency modules, but I still don't think I'm quite rich enough for that. Like, this is a great example of just, you know, bump that up to like 55 stacks, request threshold to 40, and now everything's better. So doing that in a bunch of places will make my train traffic more efficient. Oh, speaking of train traffic, things are slowed down. Can I? Yes, there's 4 more. Okay, maybe we still have more old trains than I thought. Let's get 3 more replacements here. One, 2, 3. I do want to get rid of all the old fluid wagons, if I can. What's going on here? Nothing's wrong here. Or maybe it's not. Maybe that's actually correct. Yeah, you know what? I think that's actually correct. It's just because of the, you know, the input being almost empty, but having enough. You know, that's kind of interesting. I guess I could add a second pump if I really wanted to. Okay, let's work on, brains. What's the current way to get more brains? Is it Slaughterhouse Mark IIs? Or is it AUGs? I'm guessing it's AUGs, because if we've got all these running, we're getting 2 AUGs a second. Which I still think our belt is not going to be enough to handle. So we're going to have to do stacking. Yeah, we definitely need brains. Is it an AUG providing problem? Both? Probably both, right? Because we still need tier 2 AUG paddocks. I'm out of biosamples. That's a very different problem that I've now discovered. Okay. It's easy enough to do this. Get 50% more buildings and then put 40% speed in them. And then bio containers is affected by productivity, which means, you know what, we're gonna need these two. Okay, so even the slow building will be fast enough for this. Factory. All right, you go there. You're gonna be bio container. Productivity module, and then we'll chuck in a beacon. Be what? 5-1. Maybe a 4. Maybe a 4-1. That'll give me how much speed? 40. So 80 times 4 is 32%. Yeah, that'll compensate for the speed loss from prod quite nicely. And, you know, another thing I noticed is biomass actually had run out somewhere. I know I said biomass we're going to have enough of forever, but I don't think we actually do. Probably because of how we're doing this whole composting thing. Because now we're not composting as much. Yeah, so this actually is not full. Because what we probably should be doing is in the crap over here. Jerky in particular is good for composting. So what I might do is add a bulk provide. How is a bulk provider different than a multi-provider? It doesn't ever have locked slots, that's what. Okay. Bulk provider is a scary word that I think I probably shouldn't have used. Because it really just means single provider is a better phrasing of it. Alright. And this one's going to be a low priority. And we are going to double yellow belt rather than red belt because it's cheaper. I don't see a reason to need expensive stuff. And then we're going to do compost, plant, and we're going to chuck 3 of them down. And then these are just going to have speed modules in them. And then we're going to do a... How does this work? So we have to go jerky to the right, but then it needs to go back. There's this weird, like, we need to filter jerky to the right, because jerky does, the reason I'm highlighting jerky is because it does 8 compost each. It's very compostable compared to the other stuff. And then this one will output priority right, but if it can't go right, it'll go back left into there. So. And then that will get composted here. I don't know why I'm doing a red belt, because there's no way that these 3 composters can consume 15 a second jerky, even in their wildest dreams. I don't even know how much can they consume. Jerky. And the recipe's not here because we don't have the disabled shown. Oh wait, no, it is there. It's the voiding that's not shown. It is 1 per 3 seconds. So even if we've tripled the speed, it's still only 1 per second. Okay. All right, and then these guys will put via a loader. Alright, that should do it. Assuming we have construction on all that. Yep, so that'll get there eventually. And then... Uh-oh. Yikes. What happened? Stuff's breaking down. Stuff is breaking down. You know what I'm gonna do? Is I am gonna add some more construction bots. I think I know we were thinking we could make it to tier 2 bots, but I think we're not quite good enough here. Because when I do stuff like pick up trains, it just uses way too many bots, and I don't want to deal with the even a bigger delay than we already have. Alright, so construction bot. Oop. And we should just be able to drop them anywhere. Alright, now we're at 640. Construction bots. That is a lot. And... they're still waiting for fuel is why those two haven't started up yet. Now we are doing Vraux for brains too when brains are low enough, so that's actually a good thing. I think. if there's a way. I think I would need at least one combinator per building to do a stack inserter that like somehow only grabs the amount of items we have in the building. There's just too many items here. It's ridiculous. Okay, so another thing I know I can do is AUG Mark 2s. You all ready for this? Nyum. 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 I don't care about the manure for now. It's still not running over here, but otherwise, yes. These at least running consistently. What should my rate be? My rate should be 3 a minute for trit cubs. We've been getting a bit less than that. But did I fix this less than an hour ago? No, it seems like I've gotten less. Seems like filtration media could be the issue. I even increased the amount on the belt overall to 65. Oh, it's because we have 60 actual trits on the loop. Wait, why is that? Why are these? Oh, wait. Why are these limited on trits rather than cubs? Oh my gosh, I had originally designed the whole thing around cub limited rather than trit limited. Interesting. But we're taking trits off based on trit limited. So why don't we take trits off at 50 and these stop at 80. There we go. That's more, I think, the speed we want. Or maybe I'll do 60 and 90. That way we've always got some flying around to feed these buildings. And these buildings are running as long as trits are less than 90, but they're gonna stay less than 90 as long as this is outserting trits. I think that was the problem. Okay, hopefully that's improved a little bit. And now our AUGs should be much faster. Still waiting on biomass here. How's that not been delivered yet? Gosh, things take a long time. Things take a long time. Alright, hot air. This is just a fix everything episode, I think. Hot air is improved. What do we got here? Yay, they actually are faster, or more efficient. 32% speed and only 26% consumption. And then these are all sped up by 32%. I guess this one's not. This one needs less speed. So do these. Because yeah, I didn't want to spend, you know, 26 modules to make this faster. That's too many modules. Hopefully we can get more hot air going here. once we get that speed module popped in. About 30% more. And then, as far as research, what are we researching? More hot air. You know what? Now I'm a little less inclined. I don't think we need it right now, because this speed boost will get us there, I think, for a bit. So let's not waste our research on this. Let's go back towards the mining machines and like tier 2 buildings and stuff, because I think, oh yeah, we get a bunch more rubber. This is when we get gas bladders, which can become basically any fluid known to man, which is kind of cool. We can improve bulk inserters. We could do casting. We could increase transport belt stacking. I can get better rare earth pulps. I'm really sure what that does for me. What does rare earth pulp stage 4 even do? I don't know. Rare earth pulp 4, but what does pulp 4 get us? Nothing? Okay, weird. I don't totally understand the point of that research. Worker robot speed is a very realistically good research, but I think before that we need casting, and what was the other thing? It's escaped my mind. Oh yeah, the machines. Yeah. I don't remember which research gets us that, but it's a big blue icon, this one. So this is what we want. Yeah. Tier 2 machines are really going to revolutionize things. Plus, excavation is needed as well. So this is a good route for now. I think. And as far as more silver, and do I need more tin as well? I forget. What's tin doing? We did eventually want to upgrade our tin, but hot air I think is the problem right now, so it's hard to tell. Hard to tell what the issue is. Here comes the bot with that speed module. Okay, so anyway, let's go start setting up better silver. Maybe I'll do it here. We've already got antimony set up. Feels like a reasonable place. We might even have some of the same fluids needed. Huh, doubt it. In fact, I don't think any of these are gonna match. I don't think I needed any of these for the silver. That's obnoxious. But I at least already have maybe something like, yeah, we're gonna use lime again. So there's at least one overlap. Alright. I am gonna need an F requester here. Maybe I'll wait on that, I'll put it over there. First, we need a request then. Strong side request. Why does that not fit? Oh, because it's an extra belt on the left of that. Nice. Okay, but that does reach across. So that's just fine. And what all did I need? I need a lot of crap, right? We need fuel for the boff. We need borax, we need sandcasting lime, graphite, filtration media. We already have lime. And I have silver here. Ethylene chlorohydrin. Okay. Man, it's just a bummer that none of that can use productivity. I'm just trying to figure out how many spaces, squares, chests I need. I haven't even researched this yet, by the way. I'm just pre-building. We're gonna request the silver lead dust, so it's gonna start here. And so it's not gonna be the biggest build of all time. And it's also not going to provide the stone, or I guess stone is the only output. So it'll still provide the sand and ash and tailings. I guess not that many tailings though. Most of the tailings come from the Z3 reagent. Or no, sorry, that's, no, yeah, this will provide that many tailings. Okay, so then we've got the silver lead dust coming in. And then we're gonna need to request... Yeah, let's get the... We've already got a fluid super trasher over there. So why don't we do... provide. I could do 2 different bulk providers, one for silver, one for lead, or I could just do a multi-provider. I think a multi-provider's fine. Silver plate, lead plate. Definitely gonna be more than 2,000 though. We'll do like 8,000 on silver, 9,000 on lead, 10,000 on lead, which means I need more chest space here. And that should work. We're gonna need a red belt for lead plates, so it's not quite gonna look like this. I guess they're gonna be stacked, so maybe I don't. As long as it's on both sides. Soon we're gonna have 60 a second from stacking, so that should be fine. I guess it's only 30 on one side of the yellow belt, but that's still good enough. Anyway, I guess we need to work towards Z3 reagent as well, but let's get all our requests plugged in here. So the requests are, and in terms of stackage, we're talking a stack of filtration media every, what is that, 14 minutes? So do I really need 20 stacks? That's a bit extreme. So I don't think we need that many. Where's the graphite go? Yeah, graphite and borax are both pretty low as well. So why don't we do a station control here. Some of the signals. Do we already have borax? No. Just lime. Lime is the only one I already have. And how much do we already have? We do have a lot. Okay. So 92. Let's go up to like 48. And then lime can be stolen from over there. So then we just need to request borax, some form of fuel, which is probably going to be coal briquettes, because those things are awesome. And I think I can afford the glycerol for them because that's just a little bit of skin. The creosote might be the most expensive part to figure out. But we can also just do creosote directly from tar if we really want to and delete the other parts. That's really dumb though, because anthracene also goes straight to creosote. So we would do the anthracene to creosote, though it's a bad ratio, so that's really only like 20, 30 more. So that's 54 creosote. And then we can do, yeah, you have to crack the pitch if you want any more. Because it's the pitch cracking that gets you naphthalene and anthracene more to make more. And then the middle oil cracking is what gets you the carbolic and naphthalene. Is that better in terms of, so middle to creosote is 50 and 100 naphthalene gets you 60 creosote. So it's actually 110% creosote from middle oil. And so that would be 33 creosote. Pitch is what percentage creosote? 20 naph, 30 anthracene. So 20 naph is gonna be 12 creosote. 30 anthracene is gonna be 40, another 12. So it's 24 from 100 pitch. It's only 24% creosote. So pitch cracking for creosote might not be worth it. I mean, we say only 24%, but that is times 140, which is going to be closer to 36. It's about 35 more creosote. So, I mean, it's, you know, whatever. Probably easier to skip the pitch cracking and just do the middle and the anthracene. All that to say, I think we end up with, if we did every single step, I think we would end up with more than 100 creosote from tar if we just turn everything into creosote. If you skip the pitch, I think it's closer to anthracene. 40%. So this is, what's 40% of 75? 30. So that's 54 without any other cracking. And then if we crack the middle oil, we said that's 33 more, so that's 87. So we're already at 87% without the pitch. Yeah, that's probably the way to do it. Or even just get super lazy and skip the middle oil and just do creosote and anthracene to creosote. Anyway, all that to say, the creosote's not going to be that expensive in the long run. And then the glycerol we plan to make with this recipe if we need to. Because we're going to have lots of skin that we're avoiding anyway. So glycerol is basically just sodium hydroxide. No big deal. And so coal briquettes are basically just coal dust. Yeah, okay. Definitely worth it. So coal briquettes. Add on the list. Z3 reagent, add on the list. And what did we get to? Nowhere. So sand casting. I think I'm just gonna do 10 as the default for this. Graphite, filtration media. At some point, we're gonna have to up our production of filtration media. This one actually is, you know what? No, sand casting can be the higher amount. 4 of those, and borax definitely like much? Let's just say, 38, and make borax a 30 stacker instead of 20. That's a stack a minute, so. And then we need the coal briquettes for burning. And we'll say 15 stacks of those. Or 11. We're not going to burn through them very fast because they are 60 megajoules a piece times 100, right? So it's really 6 gigajoules per stack. So that's quite a bit of power per stack. All right, how's hot air been faring since we sped everything up? Hot air is not doing that much better, so something has failed to speed up. It's like, they're all running faster, and they're all running. Doing 13.2 instead of 10 a second. We've got 264 of the reheated, which these are not quite supporting. These are doing up to 235. This is adding... I might need speed mode with these. And is that not consuming all the red hot coke? Yeah, maybe that's what it's Let's get rates issue. Insertion rates should be okay. I have to zoom out. It looks like we are running out of buffer space for molten salt, or what's going on there? These are not fast enough. That's what's going on. We're not getting enough fuel. Because this one's not making the red hot coke fast enough. Okay, I think that all of this is gonna fix our issues. I could always add another beacon on like 3.3 for efficiency for these guys, so they don't eat as much fuel. Technically eating less fuel than they were before, though. We should be okay. Should be okay with all that. All right, so back to the silver lead build. We're already an hour in. We are slowly accomplishing things. That's all I'll say. Okay, we need the fluid request now. And for now, I'm gonna have to request like coke instead of coal briquettes. Okay, and now the fluid requester. And we're gonna start with cyanic acid. I know we need Z3 reagent. I know we need, I don't remember what else we needed. What else did we need? Anybody remember? Cyanic, Z3. Hot air. Oh, soda ash. Oxygen. And we don't have any of those. Okay. We don't have hot air. Yeah. And then that should do it. I gotta turn off this extra heater. 1 second. It was like -6 degrees last night, so I needed an extra heater on because it was a bit cold when I woke up. Alright, so anyway, cyanic, Z3, hot air, and soda ash. Alright, and as far as amounts, 30 a second translates to what, an hour? Triple it and then multiply by 1,000. So 100,000 an hour? Yeah, so we can just do the full amount of cyanic. And I think hot air. And then for soda ash and Z3, I'll do 50k. Okay. So that just is done. That figures itself out, which is so nice. And then from there, we're mostly ready to start work on this. I just need to research it and then make the Z3, which requires this research. And we're not going to need to do anything fancy. We just request the things and make the Z3 reagent, and we're done. And we need carbonyl sulfide, methanol, and phosphorus acid. So it almost feels like a place that already has at least one of those three things is the place to do it. Or a place that has open requesters or something. Like here's where we make the carbonyl sulfide. But I don't have requesters for methanol here. I do have providers though. So I could provide it here. And already have the carbonyl sulfide accessible. And then we would need to request the whatchamacallit? The byproduct. Look, but I already have requesters here too. So we could request the other two things here, make it right here, and provide it. Yeah. Okay, this is a good spot for it. So for Z3, let's do methanol reactors. I don't know how many I'm gonna need, but it's not very many. It makes 100 a second per building. And that's with no speed, no prod, no beacons, no nothing. So let's just throw in like, what do we know? 3 buildings? Even that feels a bit excessive almost. But sure. Okay, and then the carbonyl will just get fed directly. Well, you know, I'll do a pump into the system. That way we don't or no, it needs to go the other way. Right. But this is the one that's wired up. Eh. So I need to pump into this. Okay. That way, again, that's just so we don't steal what the train network thinks we have. Because if you do that, it can cause issues. Alright, then we need methanol, which is being provided right here. But we actually need to request it. Because that's... methanol comes from a variety of sources, so we need a methanol request. Oop, one more 0. And then we need the other one. What? Ah, phosphorus. I don't know if 75,000 is a lot, but it's what I'm requesting, and we're gonna live. Maybe the other. Alright, phosphorus acid goes there. We need a lamp. And then at that point, we are connecting these guys. And we'll just hook up a provider over here. What is going on here? That's the extra one. That's supposed to be methanol. That's supposed to be petroleum. But a train has never come asking for it, I guess, is what's happened here. So this one is going to be the Z3. So then we'll go that way, this way, down, and we said number 4 here. So there's Z3 reagent provided. And I did say we wanted productivity modules. And then we just need the phosphorus acid connected. And the methanol connected. Okay. So then the phosphorus acid is going to be this one. So methanol is the bottom one, which can just do this. Phosphorus acid. Okay, I think that actually does it. And Automol is not making... Oh, Automol's stuck on intermetallics and also stuck on optical fiber. Cool. Cool. Alright. So intermetallics are not being made yet over there. And is that the problem? No. Something else is the problem. Is it trains? Planes, trains, and automobiles? You know, that could be the problem. I think I upped the intermetallics request and didn't realize I only had 600 of them. Is that true? Yep, that is true. Okay, well that explains that problem. So that should fix itself eventually. Yikes. We're causing problems. We are causing problems, are we not? Optical fiber still hasn't recovered, which is a bit scary. But it has been producing consistently for an hour, so I think we'll be okay with optical fiber eventually. It's just gonna take some time. We'll have to give it some time to cook. And phosphorus acid, I do think we want a prod module and eventually beacon. Yeah, this stuff is pretty annoying to make between the pure sand, the phosphate, and then syngas. But it's not overall that expensive. I mean, pure sand's free in a sense. I don't know. Add those in. This is not a multi-loader, so these don't need to be filtered. Yeah, I don't really know. I think that'll catch up eventually, but Intermetallic should arrive shortly. Did we finish our upgrades to Nexalit? No. Doesn't have power. And that one's being affected by both. And you can't move these. That's annoying. And the bots take forever. Because there's 2 trips that the bots have to take. Although if you cut and paste, and the one you've pasted is overlapping, it's going to be like 3 trips, because they have to go pick the stuff up, then they have to go build the building, then they have to go build the modules. So yeah, I think I'd much rather just show up there. Goes to show how valuable Picker Dollies actually is as a quality of life mod. Because when it actually works, it lets you do stuff like this in half a second that would take your bots like 20 minutes. Wait. But no! I'm trying to hit Control X. Okay, there's where I actually went. How did that get the wrong module? Alright. I think that's how we want everything. And then... I guess these are taking a lot of the optical fibers. So that's part of it. It's a neuroprocessor. They take 5 each. So if I'm buffering up to 2,000 neuroprocessors, that's 10,000 optical fiber that I'm stealing. So, you know, when you think about it that way, that tells us where all the optical fiber's going. We do have 50% prod here, so it's not quite 10,000 optical fiber, more like 7,000, but it's a lot. It's a lot of optical fiber. And tier 2 buildings will help quite a bit with optical fiber. But apart from that, just more trits is the only answer right now to optical fiber. So yeah, when do I get the tier 2 factory? Is it in this? Oh, the music stopped. Has the music been stopped the whole time and I just haven't noticed? Or did it stop partway through? Anyway, factory. That's foundry. Yeah, right there. Okay. So we will get automated factory Mark II with this research, so that makes it feel pretty valuable. There's a lot of places where having 10% more for free, pretty huge boost. Okay, well, we've done a lot and also not a lot in this episode. It's been a little bit of a weird one. I feel like we've gotten a lot done, but also a little done. And I'm still not making more than 9,000 a minute of hot air. What is the holdup here? Why is it not producing extra? Because the building here definitely is producing extra. Is this like a buffer amount issue? Because these, it seems to be backed up on coke oven gas. Of the 100-degree variety. Which is these consuming the coke oven gas, which is these. But these are all sped up. That's why I'm confused. And they're more fuel efficient than they were before. Wait, what's happening with this coke oven gas? Why does that not have a place to go? Something's funky. Is it just I'm not bringing in enough fuel, period? Might be. So you know what I think I need is more efficiency for these guys. Let's see. Let's do like a 5. fuel efficiency there. Because then they'll consume less fuel, and that hopefully will get us where we need to be. Because yeah, this is a problem, and I'm gonna need it in the episode soon. But we've gotten a lot done, a lot of random things done, but they still count as things. We even got Z3 reagent all set up and ready to go, and like legitimately ready to go. It will even be provided properly once it's done, so I don't have to do anything with that. As soon as that research is done, Z3 is done, so we can actually take that off the list. Oh, do I not have efficiency modules? I don't think I do. The bots were just getting here for all this. Alright, well, a little bit more efficiency might do the trick here, I'm hoping. The 5.1 is nice because it's basically a whole module applied for only 2.5 megawatts. So it's pretty good. That'll take the consumption from 12.6 down to 9.6 per building. Hopefully it gives us what we need. It's going to take the bots a year to get here. And then what else were we looking into? Not really sure. Oh, the silver lead stuff. That build is going to have to wait for 2 researches. Maybe even more. When is lead 3? Yeah, we got multiple. Because we have to do additives, then we have to do lead proc, and then we have to do silver stage 2. So there's 3 researches at the chem side tier before we can get that one done. So that's a ways away from being done. The big mines will be closer once we've done mining machines, but still multiple steps away. So after that could be casting, maybe? Oops. Steam screenshotted, didn't mean to do that. Eventually I want to work towards cotton gut stage 2, but I don't really care about that right now. I do want to look at floor tiles. We do want to do, you know, longer pipes eventually, but it's just not a big priority. Worker speed is actually a pretty big deal. Is it a bigger deal than casting? I don't think so. I think casting's more important. Oh, and then this is part of hot air as well, because we need to be able to make outlet gas stage 4. Raw coal 3 sucks. We already looked at that. This is nice for being able to prod the HPFs Mark II. That's about it. Additives unlocks a lot of things that we want eventually. For now, the main one I care about is lead. Symbiosis. Oh my, who knows? Vanadium 2 I don't care too much about because I'm not using all that much vanadium. Bunch of other higher stage animals. The cobalt gets us to super steel, which gets us to bot 2s, which I do care about. And then, yeah, so I think casting might be the thing I tier up next. Or queue up next. That's the word I want. Then from there... What was the other thing we needed? Oh, yeah. That's what it was. Slaughterhouse tier 2. Oh, we already did that. Okay, we've got those ready. And we've got the repro complexes. And even biofactories, which... And atomizers. Oh, I already have atomizer tier 2 as well. Nice. Okay. So that helps a lot of different spots once I can make all those buildings. I mean, I can sort of make them already. Okay. I think that's good for now. And here come those bots with the efficiency modules. Hopefully that gets everything going properly. Because these are going faster than before, so that should be fine. Now these are burning way less fuel per craft, and they're also burning even less fuel per second on a flat rate amount. So those should be able to keep the molten salt provided to the exchangers. Actually, it's only 132, which gets us about 260 consumption, which... Okay, we're actually all about right now. Everything's about where it needs to be. So now we should see, hopefully, hot air increase in rate above 9,000 a minute. After this blip disappears. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to stay steady at 11,000 a minute, but I'm hoping. It's possible I didn't boost this enough. We'll see. I thought it would be, but I guess I don't really know how much our hot air consumption has increased. And then these cyanics aren't working because I completely forgot to make them. Which is a very small but significant mistake. Oh, also, while we're on the topic of things we forgot to connect, somebody told me that I forgot to connect Tufra stage 2 on the left side. Or something. They seem to be working just fine. Oh, it's the conditions. Oh, it's the... That's what they meant, the circuit connection. There we go. So Tufra's just been running nonstop. Okay, I mean that's doesn't really matter. I think. I'm sure it was just backing up, and then once the train came for Tufra, it emptied out the belt. So that really wasn't a huge deal, but we definitely want it to be fixed. Whatever came of this, I guess we just are making energy drinks on demand. Okay. Alright, I probably should be done with the episode. And then once we have the researches unlocked, we can work on that. I guess the coal briquettes was something we wanted to look at. But that's going to require some additional setup because glycerol I don't think is fully figured out right now. No, I guess it is. Yeah, we've got glycerol all figured out. Not very fast, though. Only 10 a second. We definitely need to beacon these. You know what? That could be an argument for the other glycerol. I don't think I realized how slow that one was. This isn't that much better. It's 150 in 10 seconds instead of 50 in 10 seconds, but this one is done in a gigantic building. I guess it's the same size. Never mind. Still, it's only 3 times faster, and it needs nichrome and lard. I'd much rather use skin. So why don't we get a beacon in here now? Because these buildings are all prodded, and we're going to want a beacon eventually. We'll call it a 3-3. Oh, it's 1 tile off. Are you serious? It's actually perfect if I move it over. Nice. That hits literally all of the buildings. That's so perfect. Okay. So there's that. We're gonna prod this, and I'm gonna add... What does this need? It needs the hydroxide. It does not need the phenol belt, but it does need the skin belt. Ooh, that's a... the skin belt? That's a gross sounding word there. It does need the skin belt. Let's add at least 1 more. I guess we won't do 2 more quite yet. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. And then the steam. And then the... grab the hydroxide, and then grab the skin. And then power's actually already taken care of by this one. So that'll get us a good amount above. That'll get us like 20 or 30 glycerol a second. And then cold briquettes. Also get productivity. And are only 2 glycerol each. And I don't know how many cold briquettes I'm going to need per second if I'm running my buffs with them. But probably a good amount, you know. Probably, I don't know, a couple per second to run all my basic oxygen furnaces off of them. So it's definitely not free. I think that what we can do is use beacons with efficiency modules to try to keep oxygen furnace consumption on the low end. But we can't totally zero it out if we want the oxygen furnaces to also be fast. There's only so much power we have over that. Oh, glassware. Did I ever fix glassware? The hot air? You know, I'm gonna say the hot air request here, wherever it is. Where is the hot air request? That's a provider. Where is this hot air coming from? Oh, wait, what? Wait, actually, though. Where is this hot air coming from? Coming from over here. Okay. I'm gonna say this one gets priority 1, and it's gonna request more hot air, which means it'll take a couple more minutes to catch up. But, because I think glass is a very, very important thing to bring hot air to. Probably more important than most metals. Though, is that actually true? I mean, I guess it's not. Because glassware's mostly for science, more so than other stuff. So is that actually more important? I don't know if it is. Do any of these take prod? I don't think they do. Just checking. Okay. Anyway, I do think hot air is going to take a while to catch up. But it has been maintaining at the better rate, so we'll see. We'll see how it averages out. In the last hour, we've actually consumed less than we've made. But that's just how trains work. Trains bring 25,000 at a time, so there's going to be a bit of a differential there. Okay, well, we're going to call it an episode here, and in the next one, we might be able to, I don't know, just keep fixing things, keep building things, keep improving things. Our base is humming along nicely in a lot of ways, but there's a couple places where it's chugging, like hot air for right now, and silver, and I mean, I guess brains overall. But we've been, I don't know, we've been making a consistent amount of brains, about 1.5 a second. So we should be getting vat brains at about 0.1 a second. So that's what I'm confused by. Where are all those brains going? Because this is nowhere near 0.1 a second. Oh wait, now I'm out of Nealtisa? Okay, I need to look into that. Why am I out of Nealtisa? And I know I said we were going to be done with the episode, but then I got surprised by that. So, it counts as an official sidetrack. Nealtisa is out of titanium. Ooh. Is that acceptable? And also, this should not be at exactly 192. That's a problem. So titanium is... yeah, we've consumed 11k more than we've made. I guess titanium 03 is a priority. But we can't research it yet. Did I ever make titanium 2? No. Titanium 2 is actually what we want to work on. Titanium 3 is even crazier. This was titanium 2, and that produced 19.7 compared to 4. All for the cost of some MIPC, heavy oil, and sulfuric. So this is definitely worth it, and we've already researched it. So we should start work on this immediately. Right, I have researched this, just confirming. Yes. Concentrated, enriched dust, high-grade powder, concentrated, okay, yeah. It's only the crazy, like, pulpification of everything with, like, 15 steps of pulp that we have not done. I'm curious how much titanium we get out of that. And, look, I've got, like, 4 more minutes, okay? I know I said we were done with the episode, but curiosity killed the Cardax, so we're gonna look. We're just gonna look. So what I can't do is reduced and centered, but I can do the rest. So the whole point of this is high grade. Okay. It all starts with titanium enriched dust, I think. And maybe the pulp can go to something else. Because here, in stage 2, we've got the purified titanium pulp that comes from some stuff. And that can only make high-grade powder, which can only make concentrated. So I'm wondering if there's another outlet to turn all that into this part of the loop instead. There might not be. I don't actually know. But let's this. Oop, not 48. Fingers still are not finding the numpad buttons correctly. New keyboard. Okay, so you got all the grade 3. That becomes grade 4. The grade 4 becomes the pulp 3 and powdered titanium. Powdered titanium becomes dust and rejects. Again, needs to get matrix solved. And then pulp 3 one was better. What was I doing before? The overflow waste one was better, I think. And then this one. Wait, no, sorry. So then the overflow waste can become stage 4. There you go. Instead of rejects. I wonder which one's better. Because the rejects recycles, so that could be good too. The purified titanium pulp can only do this route. But then we can turn concentrated into high grade. And then from there, we've got the enriched dust, which can do stage 1. Pulp 1 becomes pulp 2. Pulp 2, oh, and something else. Pulp 2 became residue, which can skip to some stage 5 plus some more grade 4. How much grade 4 is that? Basically nothing. Half per minute compared to 60 a minute. So that's less than 1%. So that's burnable if we don't want to recycle it. Not really gonna matter. Again, with the stage 3 being able to recycle back into MIPC, but that just doesn't seem very good because, well, you can prod that though. Now that's interesting. Because with prod, you get more titanium overflow waste. And titanium overflow waste can become 1 reject, which is going to get you... 1 reject gets you about 20% of what this is, which is... overflow waste. It's not. What was I looking at? Was I looking at what to do with the rejects? No. What to do with stage 3? Yeah. The stage 3 is the one that has 2 options. So we can go into overflow waste and purified pulp, which is certainly going to be worth it, right? Like that's going to end up being a lot of titanium. Or we can go into titanium overflow waste. And the overflow waste, which is the up arrow, from stage 3. So here we're getting 23 into 6. And that 6 is providing... Well, we'd actually get slightly more. We'd get more like 7 overflow waste. But then with productivity, we'd get like 9, right? And that 9 overflow waste would be enough to make like a third of a reject, which would be enough to make about 6% more of this. I doubt that's worth it. Okay. Never mind. Anyway. So the stage 3 should be recycled back into the loop. Matrix solver's certainly going to break at this point. There's way too many interdependencies, so I'm just going to up this percentage until the 3 up here disappears. 100, 250, 60, 70, 65. Okay. So close enough to zero it out there. And then the stage 4, or pulp 4. No, it is pulp stage 4. No, that becomes purified pulp now? Oh gosh. No, I thought it was going to become 5. That's funny. And then, because the purified pulp then just gets added in. And then stage 5 moves to stage 6. Stage 6 moves to solution 1, and solution 1 moves to solution 2. Solution 2, oh my gosh, also becomes overflow waste. So then overflow waste to stage 4 needs to go up to 20, 40, 80, 200, 10, 5, 4. Okay. So then finally, now we need to use up more purified titanium pulp, which is where? This line. 30, 40, 50, 2. Okay. So we're in the ballpark of actually having done everything, and now high-grade titanium gets us molten titanium, and molten titanium gets us titanium plates. And we get 70 of them. Holy crap. So, I mean, look, titanium 3 is crazy, but we do get an absurd ore to plate ratio. But is it worth it? I'm not really sure. It's a lot of grease, actually. MIBC is about the same. It's more sulfuric. As far as sulfuric per titanium, though, it's less, actually. And it's way less MIBC per titanium, so that's good. Hot air per titanium is about... In fact, it's exactly the same. I know that. It's the only place that consumes hot air is. And I don't know what Alamac is. And biofilm's pretty small cost. These are all very small costs as far as the 70 titanium goes. So I'm not worried about those. But what the heck is Alamac? Okay, it's affected by prod, and it's just oleochem and aromatics, which is not very expensive. So yeah, I mean, titanium 3 is great. It's a pain in the butt to set up, but it's basically just grease is the major additional cost here. Grease and complexity. Grease and complexity. And grease, just a reminder, the main cost of grease is, I think, oxalate or something. Or the tin chromium. Or no, that's not. Where is it? I guess it's low distillates and lubricant. Okay. But lubricant's free from aromatics now. So yeah, it's not that expensive. It's just some tin chromium. Alright, now I'm done with the episode. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.